Rob and Chyna, Part 5. Now, when we last left off, Tyga had just went out to King of Diamonds, met up with Chyna, and put her as the leading lady in his music video for Rack City. Although we do not get an official announcement from Chyna or Tyga about the relationship status, it is just very obvious that they are together after this video premieres. With that being said, Chyna reveals that a few months after Rack City is released, she actually found herself pregnant with their son, King. So since Chyna is now pregnant, Chyna and Tyga are getting more serious. That is when Chyna decides to leave her life in Miami and move to LA to move in with Tyga and start their family together. And they started it very quickly because less than a year after Rack City was released on October 16th, 2012, Chyna gave birth to their son, King. And for the next several months, both Chyna and Tyga would focus on being parents to King. And this is both of their first child, so this was an experience that they were sharing together. However, Chyna did not stay out of work for too long because just a couple months later, in February 2013, Chyna actually enrolled in JLS Professional Makeup Artist School that she would later go on and graduate from. While this is going on, she's also behind the scenes planning on her launch for her online boutique called 88 Fin. And here is a picture from her clothing boutique, whatever you want to call it. And she used this line to sell not only clothes, but other products as well. And she would launch this in December of 2013. So while she's attending makeup artist school, she's working on this in the behind the scenes. But she's not just working on that, because in February 2014, she launches Lashed by Chyna, which are her own eyelashes. She also opens up a beauty bar in Encino where people can come, get their makeup done, even get makeup lessons. You know what? Now that I'm at this era, not to backtrack, but I totally forgot to finish Chyna's college arc. So what ended up happening with that, when she went to Miami, she did enroll in classes, and her intention was to get a bachelor's in business administration. Funny, because that's the exact same thing that Rob got a degree in. She attended Johnson & Wales University. However, once her modeling career started taking off, that's when she ended up dropping out. But she obviously learned a lot of stuff while she was there, because she's opening business after business after business only months after giving birth to King. So this is pretty remarkable of Chyna. Now, also around 2014, 2013, we already know, Chyna starts hanging out with Kim Kardashian. The reason they started hanging out, I believe I said this before, but too bad. The reason they started hanging out is because years prior, Chyna posted a picture of herself like kissing a Kim Kardashian like cutout thing, and she was like kissing it. Then years later, in like 2013, Kim posted one of her kissing Chyna, and everybody was calling up Chyna like, oh my God, did you see that? So then these two start hanging out. They actually had a lot in common. They lived in the same area. Both of their husbands and fiance were in the same industry. They both just had babies that were around the same age. I mean, King was born late 2012 and North was born mid 2013. And both are in the entertainment beauty industry. So I'm not shocked that they were friends around this time. And when I say friends, I don't mean like they were just workout buddies. Like, no, they would go out, they would hit the town. I'm just so obsessed with Kim's style around late 2013. Ugh, like, come on, the hair, the fit. But yeah, all throughout 2013, and then starting like the beginning of 2014, they were out all the time. All the gossip blogs would report on it. Specifically, Wendy Williams' Hot Topics would report on it. And this gained Chyna a lot of attention outside of her relationship with just Tyga. And since she's getting all this newfound attention by being with Kim, her businesses are booming because of it. It all seemed like it was just falling into place for Chyna in all areas professionally. Romantically, however, shit's about to go down. Okay. As far as the public knows, Chyna and Tyga's relationship was good all the way up until Kim and Kanye's wedding in May 2014, seeing as the couple attended together. Now, we know what Chyna was up to around this time. She's building her businesses, but where has Tyga been? It is very apparent at this point that both Tyga and Chyna are leading completely separate lives, because while Chyna's focusing on her business and really diving into Hollywood, Tyga's been working on his music, but he's also been making new friends in Hollywood since they now live in Los Angeles. specifically friends like Chris Brown. So they're going out partying all the time. And Chyna would later reveal that it was actually months before he got with Kylie Jenner that they were pretty much done, although they were still living together, because you have to remember they have a baby who's like not even 2 at this point. With all that being said, it seems to me that they had been broken up for a little while, but maybe we're still hooking up since they were living together. But all of that comes to an end in July 2014. I'm not going to do a whole nother deep dive on this. If you want that, go check out Kylie and Tyga. But what I will say is this is what marked the end of Tyga and Chyna's relationship. In July of 2014, we already know Kylie would post this photo with Tyga in it, as well as Chris Brown, his partying buddy. Then later on in August of 2014, Tyga would throw Kylie Jenner her 17th birthday party, which is where this video was released on TMZ of Tyga offering Kylie a shot. Now, even Chyna reveals that they weren't kissing or anything in the photos, but she knew they were together. She later goes on Wendy Williams, and Wendy Williams asks her, well, then how did you know when you and Tyga were done? And she said she knew that they were done when she got thrown out of Tyga's mansion. Apparently, after Tyga threw Kylie her 17th birthday party, this is according to Chyna, after that, Chyna came home and like Tyga's entourage or his people, whoever, were moving all of Chyna's stuff out, and he kicked Chyna out. And right after that, we already know the rest with Tyga and Kylie. But yeah, that marks the tragic end of Chyna and Tyga, just abrupt, random, and that's alleged according to Chyna. And since Tyga is now dating Kylie Jenner, it's very apparent that Kim Kardashian and Blac Chyna are no longer friends because of this. Now, I know I've said this in Kylie and Tyga, but I want to reiterate it here. Kim was not for Kylie and Tyga getting together purely because of Blac Chyna. She did not agree with it. And she thought it was kind of fucked up because that was her friend and now her little sister's with her baby daddy. So just to put that out there, Kim was not happy about ending this friendship. And she says it many times. And she says it to Tyga's fucking face later on. And we'll get to that. In the next part, we're going to talk about all of the romantic endeavors that Chyna experiences right before Rob Kardashian. I'll see you in the next one.